What's up, what's up, what's up? It's Leilani and I'm back with another video. We are 4 months into 2019. Like, when did that happen? But I'm making this video here today to just check in with you guys, share a little bit about my 2019 so far and the misconceptions and the real to the real that's going on with me, and hopes to be transparent and shed some lights on realistically going for your goals, what it looks like to live without having a full-time job. And just catch up with y'all. I feel like the end of March, beginning of April is probably a really good time, one of the best times to check in on your goals, to see how your actions, if your actions are matching up with the things that you say you want to do, and you say you want to accomplish for your life. Have you been doing the things that you need to do to achieve your goals? A lot can happen in 4 months. Like, a lot for me has changed since December. So what's been going on with me? First things first, let me just say I have been deeply, severely, unexplainably affected by the untimely death of Nipsey Hussle last week. It really shook me. It was such an unfortunate and unexpected event, and it really just took a lot out of me mentally and emotionally, and as many of us did. I feel like I scrolled through social media and a lot of people felt the same way about just the feeling that they had about the situation, and how they had to take a step back to just regroup and pray for his family and kind of mourn his death. Like, even though he wasn't a personal friend of mine, and I was not a super fan, his impact was that big. Like, he had that much of a powerful impact and influence on our current state of culture, and especially in the Black community. So it was something big to kind of get through. But I'm here, as we all are, keeping his family in my prayers, and he's constantly in my thoughts every day. So as for me, for those who don't know and didn't watch my Setting the Tone for 2019 video that I did in January, I did leave my full-time job in December of last year. So I'm going on 4 months of not having a typical traditional full-time job. I quit my full-time job with only 3 months of expenses saved. It's such an emotional topic, and not just I want to cry, but there's so many emotions attached to it. People hear that you quit your job and they think it's time for you to party. They think you finna start living your dreams, which I am living my dreams right now, but they don't look like what I thought they were gonna look like. And I knew that they weren't gonna look like what I thought that they would look like. It's been rough, y'all. It has been rough. And I kind of just want to go through my January, February, March, and up until now of what's been going on with me during this time of 2019, my 2019. So when leaving my full-time job, I had plans to leave actually in August, which that didn't happen. And I talked with my family, talked with my boyfriend, my best friends, and we all kind of talked about me grinding out. I worked 2 jobs, 7 days a week, 60 plus hours every week, so I can be able to save my money. My part-time job, I did not spend any of the money. I saved the money from my part-time job, and I saved all the additional money because I worked retail. So retail during the holidays is a lot of overtime. So I was working 12 plus hour days, 7 days a week, between my part-time job and my full-time job, sometimes 15 hours a day, no days off, working every day. For the longest period, it was about 50 days of no days off at all. So I worked to save 3 months of savings, and money to go on vacation, which I went on vacation in December, like the week after I left my job. So I left my job in December, had 3 months of saving, which was the goal, and I had money to enjoy my vacation, which was amazing. So kicking off like that first 30 days of me leaving and being free, I had an amazing time. Went to California. I got to spend time celebrating my boyfriend's birthday. I had to have fun exploring California, relaxing, letting go of like the toxic situation that I was in with my former place of employment, and just having some fun. So that first 30 days initially was like amazing. So December, I had my trip, celebrated Christmas, celebrated New Year's Eve, going into my birthday, which was January 4th. So kicking off the year, celebrating New Year's Eve, my birthday. I had friends come in town. My parents came in town. It was just like a really fun time for that for that moment. Got to try some new restaurants, show my parents around, show my friends around, hang out with friends that I haven't seen in a long time. I had so much time to do just the stuff that I wanted to do, create content, go explore Houston, rest. Like I had just came off of a freaking 3 months of like working nonstop. So I got to just like rest and relax and breathe and just meditate and pray, and like, so I was just in like a really good space. But baby, that didn't last for a very long time. February started to creep in, right? So February was probably the most toughest month of my year so far. Stuff just started to get so real in February. It was like bananas, like the amount of things that I had to deal with in February. It was an odd time. I was like on polar opposites. I started being recognized for my brand, like in positive ways, getting featured, asking to be a part of certain projects, being interviewed to talk about my brand, while at the same time my bank account was going into the negative almost every freaking week. Like, and it was crazy, like stuff that was just like so random, because I planned out everything, but like stuff that was so random, I would get like extra charges on something. Like it was just like really like crazy. I would get like charges out of nowhere. So it was like really hard for me to like keep money. And oh, I didn't even tell you guys. So from December until maybe March, I started to drive for Postmates. So just so I can have some extra money in my bank account, just to be able to have fun still. Like I didn't want to like completely shut myself out of life, like enjoying life. So anything that was outside of like my needs, I used like my money that I made from Postmates, and I did keep my part-time job that I worked during the holiday. So that money that I got from there was kind of like my fun money, if you will. So yeah, so I was like taking these like big financial hits, which was like crazy. I was trying my hardest to like pray and like stay positive, keep moving, not get down about it. Like it was so hard. And you know what? Just as like crazy and random as I would get hit with like financial like issues, stuff started happening that I could not even explain. Like I was getting late birthday gifts, like cards in the mail with money in them. I was getting credited money to my account from stuff that like something like a old case was settled, like just like random stuff, like so random and miraculous. Like, and it was like right when I needed it too. So like God came through for your girl. And that's a big thing that played a part in like this year for me, like letting go and not worrying and not freaking out about every little thing, because so much has happened in the last 4 months. Like if I begin to tell y'all all the things that happened, we'll be here forever. But yeah, like so much bad stuff was happening, but like the good that was happening was just even even more amazing and even more unexplainable. Like, it was nobody but God. So from there, I was kind of trying to find like a balance of like being okay with me, like being recognized for my brand, being celebrated, being congratulated, being told by people that I inspire them while I'm looking at my bank account and I'm like, I don't got no money though. Like, I don't got no money. So I was like having a moment in time where I was just like feeling so fraud. Like, I felt so fraud. I felt like, why, like, how am I inspiring people and I can barely even put gas in my tank? And like, I had to step back and like realize like money don't make you. I'm still me, whether I'm balling out of control or I'm balling on a budget. Like, I'm still me. I'm still able to do what I love. Like, and God made that apparent to me. Like, I was able to do so much more with little than I ever was able to do with the money that I had when I had my full-time job. I was exhausted mentally and physically when I had my full-time job. So it wasn't me, like, I didn't have an opportunity to create and to express myself and share with others and inspire others because I was just like drained, just tired, you know? So money don't make you. I'll be the first to say that. It would be nice to have more, of course. But if you're doing what you love and you're doing what you're called to do, the money will come. And I had to like let go of that and like fully trust that everything I need will find its way to me. So, and shout out to my support system because like between my parents, my sister, my best friends, my boyfriend, my amazing friends from college, like, man, they got the work. They heard it all. Like, they have heard it all. So I just want to thank them for like keeping me moving forward, because it was days I'm like, well, what's the point? Like, what is the point? What's the point? So I just want to thank my support system. Get you some people on your team that's gonna like tell you like, girl, like, wake up. Everything is not gonna be how you want it to be. You're amazing still. Keep going. It's people looking at you. Just like keep doing what you're doing. So I just want to like shout out my amazing village, like, because you see me, but I got so many people that's pushing me and like motivating me. Are we gonna cry now? Like, what? What's happening? Am I gonna cry? So in March, there was a lot on my plate. A lot. Like, I stayed busy. I stayed moving. I stayed at an event. Your girl was tired. I had my weekly series, the Friends in Fashion series. I had March Madness, which was supposed to be way bigger than what it was, but it wasn't. So that's that. And we still have the rest of the year to get these goals like in motion. But I did take the step forward to do Friends in Fashion, which was in the works since 2017, and I finally just did it in 2019. So I had that rollout. I started working with an e-commerce brand to kind of like manage their social media, manage their website, their product descriptions, inventory listing. So that took up a lot of my time. And then I wanted to stop feeling sorry for myself, because for a minute I stopped going to like social events. I stopped going to networking events because I told y'all, like, I was feeling like a fraud. Like, it was hard for me to like network and still like meet people and talk so like enthusiastically about my brand without feeling like everybody can see the zeros and the negatives in my bank account. So March, I said, we're done with that. You ain't fraud. Everybody goes through, tough times. So March, I said, I'm going to everything that I can. And I did. I went to networking events. I went to launch parties. I went to restaurant openings. Like, I went to everything. Also in March, I made the executive decision to start doing cyclical keto. If you didn't watch any of my videos or don't know, this is your first time watching, I started keto in November of 2018. So I've been doing it since then, full on, I took a break from my vacation when I went on vacation, and then I started back January 20th, I believe. If you, I don't have the exact date, but you can go back and watch my keto video for that. I can link it in the description box. But I've been doing it full on, no cheating, and so I started to do cyclical keto, which basically you have your days that you can break from your traditional keto diet, and I honestly am so much happier. That would help me to like keep at it and keep going, because I'm still losing the weight. It's just not as fast. I'm not having as rapid results as I was when I was just like going and going and going, but I'm not like depriving myself. Like I said, I go to a lot of events, a lot of restaurant openings. I do a lot of foodie related things. So I was tired of missing out. So when I go to those things, I'm not pigging out, but I treat myself. So I also double down on like my connection with God, being able to hear from him, being able to talk to him. I pray all the time anyway. Like I probably get on his nerves, but like this month in particular, my church for Lent, instead of like giving up something, we all pray at 6 a.m. every day. We're praying until Easter, so for Lent, the 40 days, we pray at 6 a.m. every day. So that's in addition to the other times that I pray and to the times that I'm rambling in the car to him. So my prayer life has gotten like super strong. I rarely complain anymore. I'm in such a thankful place right now, because like, what am I complaining for? Like, everything that's happening to me is supposed to happen to me, whether it's bad or good and it's hard or uncomfortable. I'm thankful for what I do have. What I don't have is not supposed to be for me right now. So prayer has been a really, really big part of my 2019 and for sure my March, because I had to find a balance. On a not so good note, I suffered from a really, really severe allergic reaction, probably one of the worst of my adult years. And baby, I didn't let it take me out. It was horrible. Like, I looked a mess. I wasn't able to wear, I'm still not even able to wear makeup. Like, I put on something like eyeliner and some lip gloss, but no foundation, anything. Like, my skin has started to heal now, but like, it was a mess. Like, I was swollen, like swollen for 3 weeks, broken out in hives for 3 weeks. And normally when stuff like that happens, I kind of like seclude myself. I was still going to everything. Swollen face, mumps, bumps, like I was in the building. So I'm like, I can't stop. Like, we can't stop now. Like, no. The first day I was kind of like pissed and I didn't go anywhere, but I was like, I can't do that anymore. Like, I had to adult. I had to get my stuff done, you feel me? So sucks, but yeah, I was still going to stuff with the swollen and broken out face and all. So another like big thing, or big things that started in March and that I was doing in March, was getting ready for some reunions. Like, I've been out of high school for 10 years. Like, I graduated from high school 10 years ago. Like, what? I was just 17. Like, how? But yeah, so I'm in the process of planning to go to my 10-year high school reunion. Also, I'm on the planning committee for my 10-year anniversary from the modeling troupe that I was a part of in college. I was one of the first members of the one of the charter members of the organization. So we're planning our 10-year anniversary, which is literally the same month and the weekend before my high school reunion. So I have to go back home to Chicago 2 weekends in a row, which, pray for me because the tickets are not cheap. But I bring that up to say it put me in a really, really like reflective space, because everybody's posting pictures during that time when we were in high school, when we were in college, and so much conversation around like when we were younger and like how much things have changed. And my best friend always makes the joke like, oh, you know, that was fun, Lei. That was fun, Lei. And I'm like, I was still thinking I'm fun, but I look at them pictures and I think of like memories and stuff, and I'm like, man, I really am not. I'm fun, but I'm really not as fun as I used to be. Like, I used to like literally hang out, come home, shower, and go to work. Like, that's how I was kicking it. Like, I used to kick it, and like, who's doing that now? Like, sleep. I want sleep. But no, like, now I just feel like I'm the more responsibly fun LeiLani. Like, I'm not the young, crazy, reckless. I wasn't reckless. I was reckless. I was. Okay. Let's be honest. But I'm not her anymore. I used to do some problematic stuff, and like, I can't afford to do that. Like, I think more about the consequences, as we all do. Like, we're adulting now. If you're watching this, you're probably in my age group. Or seeing me grow. But like, I think about the consequences, or I just rather not. Like, I want to invite some parts of that fun back into my life, and there's others that I'd rather just stay away. Like, no, we're done. We did that. Been there, done that. So yeah, I think it's just really about like finding that balance and finding that like place of like just enjoying life and like moving, progressing, keeping your same spirit and keeping who you genuinely are, but changing and growing at the same time. Because some parts of me need to stay in 10 years ago. Because, baby. Super late about it, but those of you guys who did watch my Set the Tone video probably remember this envelope. It was a letter I wrote to myself last year. I was supposed to open it the day before Valentine's Day. I didn't open it then. I think I opened it in March, which sucks. But it's basically a letter that I wrote to myself with a prayer, talking to God, and listing out all of the things that I want to accomplish in 2018. And I did not accomplish everything that I set out to accomplish. But you know what? I started on everything that I set out to accomplish. I'm not going to go through everything, but I'm just going to share with y'all like some of what I had on here to do. Achieve smoother and noticeably clearer skin through change of diet and water intake and vitamin supplements. I did that. Even though I had a crazy allergic reaction, which I still can't even pinpoint what happened, but 2018, my skin for the whole year, I maybe had like a couple like issues here and there, but I drank so much water. I got like vitamins, not even just from like actually taking supplements, but like vitamins from the food that I ate, because I was eating a lot better. Make my bed every morning. That was like a really small thing for me. I didn't used to do that. Like, I have been a very junky girl for the majority of my life, but 2018, I got my life in order. Like, I was tidying up everything. And I shared some of that on social media, but I started tidying it up a lot. And making my bed was a big, small goal of mine for 2018. And I did that every day, made my bed, still do. Another thing that I did get to accomplish this year was get back to the lei in LetLeiBeLei. I feel like I kind of was getting away from like, who the heck is LeiLani and who the heck is Lei? Like, you have this brand going and you're doing all this stuff, but like, who is the person behind the brand? And I want to be more transparent and share more honestly and openly about who I am, what I'm going through, why I started what is now LetLeiBeLei. So I felt like I did do a good job of that in 2018, even especially when I told you guys like, I'm tired of my job. I'm ready to go. Like, stuff started getting real after. In August, stuff started getting real, and I started getting really transparent with y'all. But I was happy about it because I'm not perfect, and I don't want anybody to think I'm perfect. So it will only be right if I share something that I didn't get accomplished, right? Let's share. Connect with family and long-distance friends more often, even if I have to set aside time to check in. I did not do that as much as I needed to. I have friends that I don't even want to cry or like get emotional, but like I have friends that I love so dearly and think about all the time, but stuff just happens and I pick up the phone to text them and then I start doing something else, or I say I'm gonna call them, but like it's no excuse. I need to stay connected to the friends I love and the family that I love, because tomorrow's not promised. Like clearly, you never know when the person that you care about or love can be taken away from you. So you gotta love people while they're here. Give them their flowers. Let them know how much you care about them. How much you're proud of them. So that's something I definitely want to do for 2019 and going forward. But I hope this video was not just like me being like chit chatty, but I hope you kind of got something out of it and it inspired you to just be raw, real, and honest like about your life and the things that you're going through, because you might find out other people are going through it too. And also just to sometimes we need to take a break and like regroup and recalibrate and get back to the things we said we were going to do, and like not look up a year later and say, okay, I'm going to do it in 2020. 2020, Jesus. Okay. Whew, this is crazy. I thought so much other stuff would have been happening by now, like flying cars. But anywho, but yeah, we don't want to look up and it be 5 years from now and we still didn't get the stuff done that we said we were going to get done. So I think I want to check in with y'all maybe every quarter, every 3 months, every 4 months. Just kind of doing what I did today and like sharing my highs, my lows, my in-betweens. And yeah, this was fun and kind of therapeutic. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. Let's talk about it. What was your favorite part? If you don't already, follow me on social media, all platforms at LetLeiBeLei. And thank you so much for watching.